It's Week 12 of the National Football League.
And we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. He had a nice showing in last week's contest, 127 yards. It's the Commanders
And the Panthers.
under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers. And this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to the Little League type of ball. But that excitement before a game, it never gets old. They all know how to channel it once they actually kick this one off, though.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. Now you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
It's a gain of 34.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders. Just shy of the 30. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Powell. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Powell throwing on 1st down here. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
On 2nd and very short, Powell to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Pollard again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Herbert. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's into the hands of Edwards. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. But the 9 picks,
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. Faking the handoff, Howell. And that is incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And the tight end goes in motion left. On 2nd and 11 now. Howell, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And the man open here is Strong. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First down, Howell to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And once more, Howell back to the air. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, here's Howell. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. The 40. Past the 20. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half. They just had to hold on to the ball. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Trey Lance, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. And then finally, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football with a good one between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for Washington, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Tackled by the corner, C.J. Henderson.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Howell. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Howell now to throw it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They'll go play action. Howell. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jeremy Chinn, so dangerous wherever he's at on the field, and that time he gets in there for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 29-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Edwards. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
There's McLaurin. What a catch. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 84 yards. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Herbert. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. Herbert on third down now. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try.
Touchdown, Washington. Sam Howell, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have taken a 4th-quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Pollard again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And Barry, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Herbert to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here we go now with Howell and the Commanders. Down 24-21. A minute 50 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Howell to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Here's Howell. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's back to throw. Gets it to Strong. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point put through by Boswell, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. And now it's Washington's turn. Trailing in this one now. A little over 20 seconds to go. Howell throwing again after the pick six. He's got Strong going across the formation. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. Second down throw for Howell. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Howell with one final shot. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Carolina, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back.